Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Iron Panther Presents. Today, Chris, Stacy, and I shall be just continuing our discussion of Your Honor limited series, moving on to episode 6. I personally feel that this Bryan Cranston is the only reason I'm still watching this show, and with the amount of manipulation and con artist stuff this man is doing, I want to believe that this is truly Walter White, who faked his death and then moved to New Orleans as pretending to be a judge. And he left Skylar and all of them. And it's like, that's the only thing that can explain how this dude is so good at lying and just comes up with random ass stories.
So now he has a new annoying son?
Yes. But his wife is gone though. See, because Skylar, he couldn't have another Skylar. He's like, that's just too much.
That's what happened to the other wife. Maybe she got annoying. He sent her to the hood to get knocked off.
I just realized Bryan Cranston. Is it that Bryan Cranston in every show always has an annoying wife?
Yes.
Damn. Malcolm in the middle.
Kid.
And a son that just can't get it right. Like he just
well, hell, Malcolm in the middle was all three of his sons. All three.
Yeah, well, no, it was really the oldest one. The older one was really just useless. Like Malcolm was the show. I mean, like he was funny and smart, but that oldest one, I mean, he become like a rancher or some stupid shit by the before the show ended.
I noticed Bryan Cranston only he only had sons. Even in Godzilla, he only had sons. Oh. He never had girls. He never had girls. Interesting, huh?
He could have a daughter like Faye.
And they're all like, to your point, they're all like, they got issues. They're hard-headed. They're jacked up. Godzilla, he's like, no, son, don't go out there. He's like, I'm going to do what I want, Dad. And I was like, Bryan Cranston, man, like, I don't know. I don't know if that is just true to life, or I don't know if he has a son in real life and he's a knucklehead and he's like, hey, from now on, anything that you give me, any role, I have to have a knucklehead son.
That entitled son who thinks he knows best in all situations, when clearly you don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh, you casting me as Donald Trump? Oh, perfect. Because I got then I'll have two of them. Great. Sweet. So like,
anyway. So with this episode, what we got? So the leaps of logic in this show is starting to get on me. All right. So Mike realizes that someone broke into his house. Right. Took a picture of his dog. He makes no effort whatsoever to get any kind of security system. This don't cross his mind.
Did he? So I didn't think so. I thought maybe at first he thought someone broke in, but I thought he figured that his son, because since his son is all into photography, that his son was just being really weird, as he already knows his son is, and so just randomly took a picture of Django.
No, I'm not talking about what the Baxter did. I'm talking about what the late Trevor did. He knew someone got into his house. Trevor went to his house, went to his work, and left the phone. He knew that, and yet he got no effort to make any kind of security.
The phone thing, okay.
Now all of a sudden the Baxters are in his house, and he has no clue, because what happened to the nosy neighbor who saw him clean up the bloody car and then told him that some random ass white dude was at his house? Where's the nosy neighbor? Because the Baxters went in the full broad daylight, because Jimmy just don't give a fuck. He's like if I can kill some gangsters, I can definitely kill this judge. Like I respect the consistency. I respect that Frankie was like, he's a judge, and Jimmy's like, I give a fuck. Like he killed my son, right? So people are getting blown up. Why? Let's just back this up. Why has Mike and Adam's house not been blown up now? Since we murder people who killed my son, he should be like, guess what, baby? I blew up a house in the white neighborhood, because that's who really killed our son. Now, stop bringing up that motorcycle. I'm tired of hearing that shit. Like, if he hears that motorcycle one more time, he's gonna snap. Okay.
And Stacy, what is David correct about that black truck? Where's that black truck?
Told you.
No, I'm being funny. I'm being sarcastic, because that car is real. That truck is real. That damn Escalade, that thing is real. I was trying to be funny just now, but no.
I know you were, but you're wrong, because I'm right. Let's focus what is real. Jimmy's piss is real. Can someone tell me why we had to watch the pee go into the toilet, then the pee drop on the toilet seat in particular? Yeah. Is this pee going to come back to be important?
It was to be disrespectful to him, and it's that kind of show like, hey, someone was using your bathroom. and and that's essentially what it was. Like someone used the bathroom. That's why he didn't flush the toilet. Nothing. He did wash. I appreciate him washing his hands though. That was much appreciated, man. COVID is out there.
And he found the inhaler.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's go back to that. So when Terry and I watched episode 1 again, Jimmy's sidekick Frankie said we got 36 hours, or we're gonna get the DNA results back from the inhaler. So that's been a long ass 36 hours.
No,
but that should, and his name should have been on the prescription. Adam's name should have been on the prescription of that or something. Somehow the inhaler is gonna come back, and then somehow Jimmy's gonna know, okay, it wasn't the dad, it was the son.
Yeah. No, I mean, what is going to happen is like now the inhaler that he got in the house, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, the DNA matches. See, that's the thing. The only time you're ever going to get an actual name of the son is if that person's already in the system. You can get all the DNA matches you want, only if that person's in the system. Just like if you can take my blood all you want, I'm not going to pop up because I've never been to jail. I've never had like nothing like that. So
but you work for the government. They got all your info.
Oh, well. That's another video. That's another video.
So Mike's, but anyway, so seriously, so Mike was doing some wild shit in this episode. So let's again. He shows excellent intelligence and creativity on a criminal level. I need to know what he did before he became a judge. He was pulling jobs or something in New York. Like when he said he was telling Adam how he met his mom, he had to be like running some street drugs or something, or pulling some cons or something. Because he is very good at this. He uses Nancy. I'm trying to understand this. He knows Nancy is a super focused detective. She lets nothing get past her, right? But he uses her and her domestic abuse history, I guess, to tell her this wild ass story about this woman just to get this car looked up. Smart. He doesn't think she's gonna go and be like, let me look up the police report, because she got arrested, right? This magical woman this fake woman got arrested, right? And she filed a report because she lost the car and stuff. As much as she ran down the information on the car, which he did not want to get done, what happens when one of the 4 people on that list, which is Trevor, ends up dead? He don't think she's gonna put that shit together, like at some point.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly Mike's not going to think that person was going to try to end up dead. You know, what he was trying to do, just looking it up, is to kind of push it back on him. Didn't think the Baxter was ever get involved. You know, I mean, they wound up doing it, but I'm just saying the rationale of him going on the computer wasn't oh shit, one day this guy will die. You know what I mean?
He's a judge. He should have access to kind of information anyway. And she just had the magical laptop. Like,
dude, no, there's levels. No, man, there's levels of that shit, bro. You might be a judge, but there's certain things that detectives can do that judges can't do, and vice versa. You know what I mean?
How about he called Charlie? How about Mr. I can get people arrested and murdered in prison?
Charlie?
You can call Charlie and be like, shit. He'd be like, I'm done with this shit.
You gonna be like, nope. He's like, God damn it, Mike, what you got me into, man?
Anyway, let's see what things going on. I mean, what do you think of this episode?
Yeah, his little scenarios and on the fly kind of improvisation, whatever.
Close enough.
Particularly with the fruit. That took it to the
like
next level.
He goes to the guy's house, like, oh yeah, food delivery. Like,
that's Walter.
That is wild.
Walter White. That's Walter White right there.
That's what I'm saying. This is Heisenberg.
Yeah, Heisenberg. Yeah, trying to manipulate Jesse and using his emotions against him.
It's classic. Yeah. It's classic, bro.
I don't know, but I gotta tell you though, that I think that's why we love Bryan Cranston. Is like when we see him in roles like that. You know what I mean? It's that's why I think he's the only person that can even play that role. You know what I mean? Or Jason Bateman did that too in Ozark. Well, yeah. Ozark is basically Breaking Bad. You know what I mean? But you know,
no. It's the same construct.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so ultimately, Mike spends the whole day being followed by Frankie, and he don't notice this. He don't notice this, huh? He goes to most desolate places and does not see the same car following him all damn day.
Well, it's not like it's 2 feet away, but I got you.
Okay, man. Like let's not do this. Like he would have noticed that car. Okay. Let's talk about people. Let's talk about people not notice. I'm pulling these earplugs because I'm really irritated with this. So as we established, the New Orleans Police Department is shit. Like none of them can investigate anything. Trevor, the late, now very much dead, loser Trevor, who his own daddy was like he wasn't shit from birth. Okay.
When he was born, he wasn't shit.
He came out not shit.
I just want to vote.
Right. Before he was born, he was kicking the shit out of my wife. Like he just wasn't shit.
Yeah.
But let's see if we got this straight. Okay. So we got a local newspaper that shows the photo of a judge and Kofi. These two pictures don't go together because Judge has nothing to do with the fact of the hit and run. But somehow the judge is famous enough, local famous enough, that you need to show his face. Not the face of the victim, but the face of the judge. Not the car, the face of the judge. Because of the face of the judge, Trevor saw this face in this newspaper and said, that's the father of the guy that was in front of me at the gas station. And therefore, he must have ran over the kid who was not in the newspaper. And therefore, I'm going to find out where he lives, where he works, and I'm going to start blackmailing him to buy a boat. This is supposed to make sense. But then when this guy, Mike, gets in back of Trevor's ride share, because Mike is wearing a hat, he's like, I have no damn clue who I'm driving around. I'm just going to have a conversation with this dude this whole time. And not once does he go, he don't recognize the voice. He don't recognize the face, nothing.
I have another problem with that whole Uber or Lyft thing that
please
I guess he was supposed to be doing too. Another problem is that because the car was supposed to be stolen, right? From his dad.
Yes.
If I know anything, when you sign up for Uber and Lyft, when I did Amazon part-time, Amazon Flex, whatever, you have to register your own vehicle. So that car has to be registered under, you know what? But he's a junior though, right? He's a junior. That's right. His father said something like junior or something like that. Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's probably how they, so they might not even necessarily look. They just see something not paid, But that's probably how he got off with.
Let's go down this route. How ride shares work? You pre-coordinate that shit. This is not a taxi. You get on the app and say, I need a ride. And then the person sees you and says, I accept you. It's a relationship.
Some people do that though. Some
they
people
just jump into a car?
Some people will, yeah. They were like, hey, I got cash. I'll just pay you.
I was going to say, if you go to DuPont Circle, sometimes if you're waiting, especially out in the rain or whatnot, and you can just say like, yeah, they're not supposed to do that, but side hustle. But if you have cash and you're waving around, they will take you.
They do that, or they'll say, "Oh, my phone died," or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And he didn't even do that. But like, I'm like, but you see, like, what's up, Stacey?
He did say, "Oh, my phone is dead. Can you just give me a ride or whatever?" I thought he did say that when he got in.
Yeah, he did. He said, "Oh, my phone." Like my phone's dead or something like that, or it was dead when he was trying to call when he was trying to get a ride or something like that.
But this whole thing that once Mike puts on a hat, no one knows who the hell he is too much. Like
I'll remember that next time we review Superman, and you don't say shit about the glasses. All right,
we never review Superman, Chris.
I promise. The next Superman movie that comes out, you better say I don't understand how some damn glasses.
I said that in Wonder Woman. Mr. Funny. I mean, we can do this, but it just again, this judge is so local famous that they put his face in a newspaper that the gas station guy recognized him, but no one else. He's gone to so many places with his own face in his own car, not thinking anyone is going to remember any of this shit, and somehow none of it comes back to him. It is ridiculous. I was like, I love the show, but it's going too far with this logic. Okay. But I knew when Frankie and Jimmy caught up with him and Trevor was down there bleeding, I was like, what does he know? I kept on screaming. I was like, everything. And you saw him think about it. He was like,
That was Heisenberg right there. That was Heisenberg, but like, he's a threat. Yeah. Like get him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everything. Pop. He was like, oh, now I get to kill somebody at least. Yeah. So let's talk about Jimmy's.
Yeah, and now he on worry about paying them, or like leasing it. He's like, oh, thank God, I only leased it for 1 month. Thank God, I'm good.
Oh my God, I couldn't even believe. Anyway, but it was just hilarious. And then he frisked him, like he pulled Trevor out the car, started frisking him. I'm like, did you used to be a cop or something? Like, you know too many things, but you don't know other things. But you know some stuff to be like, I gotta isolate him. I gotta make sure he ain't got a weapon. Like, let's walk. Like, anyway,
I think it was really. I mean, I don't know if it was necessary for weapons. It could have been weapons too, but I think he was really trying to make sure he didn't have like recording devices or something like that. I don't
know. Anyway, so yeah, it's just anyway. So Trevor's dead. Now we got the classic scene. All right. So now Mike has convinced Jimmy that Mike is the only way to keep his son out of jail. Carlo, because Carlo's DNA is all over Kofi. And the lawyer is looking into what's her name? Hold on.
What was Black
Lee? His Mike's former aide, clerk, and now love interest. Lee's all run down the investigation. Now this is gonna be that classic conflict, right? Because Mike was the one to be like, I need you to help Kofi. I need you to help this family. And now he's going to be like, I'm sorry, the evidence is not there. And she's going to be the lawyer. She might be the lawyer in this situation somehow. No, that doesn't make any sense. It's going to be Carlo being charged, right? So he's going to have his own defense attorney. So somehow, but either way, Lee's going to be like, how'd you get this case? And why are you not helping us, convict this person? It's going to be a problem. So he's going to have to balance out between her and trying to keep his son alive. Oh man! So
what you think of Wonder World?
So yeah, let's start with the fact. Okay, I understand. Hold up, let's back up with the fact that Adam and Fia, is that her name, Fia?
Yeah.
I understand they got trauma, right? So they're kind of bonding on their shared trauma. I don't understand Fia trying to flirt with this man with the smell of her dead brother and being like, "Do you want to smell my shirt? Are you looking at my breasts?" I'm like, you need some counseling right now. Like, you need to back this shit up. There's something wrong. And Adam is all about inappropriate relationships. Like, he was boning his teacher. Now he's trying to bone the woman of the guy he killed. Like, something's wrong with Adam.
You think?
I mean, before killing old boy, like, there's something wrong with Adam that needs to be worked out.
So bruised up. All bruised up right after the accident. He took pictures of himself all bruised up. It's all kinds of messed up things with him, man.
He was messed up before that. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is just a continuation of his psychosis.
And to your point, I think you're absolutely wrong. But if he does start, if it turns out that black vehicle does not exist, then something really is wrong with him. If he's seeing a random ass black vehicle randomly, but that part I don't think.
If the black car didn't exist, if the black dudes grabbing their dick exist, did he imagine that?
And
that's fake.
No, that's a good question. I believe they did exist, but that's also a good question. We can leave it. The car does not, and I say it again. So when this finally gets resolved, you will know that that's how it's supposed to be. So anyway, let's look at the Baxters. So clearly the Baxters are having problems with their kids, right? So Fia and Daddy are a team. Mama and Carlo are a team. Once again, Mama is going against her husband because her husband clearly said, Carlo, we don't need to get in drugs. You need to leave this alone. Carlo and Mama are like, we're doing our own thing. So that's going to be something that's going to come to a head once Jimmy finds out that Carlo's moving drugs with the Desire crew behind his dad's back.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I'm surprised that Desire would even allow just the kid of something, especially someone who just came out of. Matter of fact, of all this, I know you have other big issues with this episode or whatever. For me, this was the biggest thing because I was thinking like this dude went to jail because
for killing one of your people,
like almost like literally like he paralyzed one of your members. And well, granted, I will say they don't know necessarily that it was him that killed Kofi per se. You know what I mean? They know that it was one of the back. Like the back
all right.
You know, because remember there was two other inmates that was trying to kill Kofi.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Right. So that black eye that he has could be from anything really. But that I just found that kind of weird. That especially having Kofi's family's house being blown up.
Yes.
That was like kind of more of a like, I mean, yes, you guys did that meeting with Baxter to the Baxters to say, okay, we don't want to start a war, but if you want a war, I guess we'll have to go to war. Whatever. I don't know if you then turn around and just do business with his son. You know, I just thought that was just that was so weird. That was that whole the fact that they were working together. That was, to me, I know you have other weird moments with this episode. That was the weirdest thing of this entire episode. I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. Y'all are talking about like possibly going to war with these guys, and now you're okay doing business with them. That's
business.
What do you think, Stacey?
Business is business. They gotta make money. They don't care.
I don't know. The Sons of Anarchy don't be doing business with no Mayans, even though, you know, they you know, they might have certain goods or whatever. They beefing with them. They ain't messing around with them, you know.
So Big Mo told Eugene last episode, you know, she's working the long game, right? And in this episode, she's like, you got to divide and conquer. Like the fact that the Carlo is there without dad, she knows there's problems, right? So she's like, this is something we can use to maybe get our business up and running, you know, get the drugs, and we can like work this relationship here. The fact Eugene was there was like messed up to me. Like I wouldn't even had him there. Like he's a Baxter. Carlo is a Baxter. Until he finds out that that's actually the one who killed his brother, the Baxters killed my entire family. Like, I mean, so the fact Eugene was there in the room anyway. The fact that Eugene has not screamed out the way Adam and Thea have done just really irritates me. Like the kids who got money and got themselves together are at Wonderland, like my life is bad. Your brother's dead. Your mom is dead. This whole kid's family is dead, and he's keeping it together pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't got the resources. He's not going to fucking college. Like, he don't have the choice to go to New York or go to Paris for college, and he's keeping this shit together. But these kids are like, oh my God, my life is so bad. I'm like, stop it.
Wait, so did you fart?
What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now? And I want Thea to be the one to kill Adam. That's what I want. When Daddy finds out, and he's like, let's back this shit up. So you got this kid, you want this kid to smell your shirt and look at your titties, but you don't know his last name. Like you like when your daddy's like, what's his last name? Dad, I don't know. We just met. I mean, that's kind of a bit much, but you want to smell my shirt? Like, get a last name. It's not that hard because considering, hold up, check it out, check this, back this up. Yeah. If the Baxters felt that their son was killed because of a gang hit, why did not daughter be in full security? Why was she going anywhere unsupervised? That would have been my priority number one. All of us got security because they could go after the daughter too, but she's fully free to run around, meet new boys, who's actually the one that killed her brother, and nobody's tracking this shit. Daddy ain't like, what's going on with daughter? Are the Desire gonna come back and get us since we blew up their fucking house? Like, he ain't worried about none of that. He's chopping up fruit. That's what he's doing right now.
It's hard to track white girls if they're just trying to leave. I mean, look at the Bush twins. I mean, man, the way they were ducking and dodging the Secret Service and whatnot. They're like, oh, the Bush twins, the Bush girls, they escaped again. Oh, they out partying. We can't track, you know. Bam, whoop, 2 Secret Service members just got fired because they lost the girls again. White girls, if they want to leave and escape, they will. They will. So there ain't, you know, Thea want to escape. She out. I was more confused. I thought okay, no, he did know that was his daughter's car. My bad. That's right. I forgot he had that combo saying, "What's his name? I want him over for dinner." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Like, that's what I'm saying. Dude, hold up, back up. So this same thing happened in Ruthless. You go into someone's house, you know, someone who killed your family member. You don't instead of turning the picture around. How about you pick up some mail? How about you look at some shit to figure out who is this person? Who else is in this house? They'll be like, I need to know the names of everyone that lives here just in case I got to kill them all. Because if Jimmy believed Mike killed his son, Mike, not the son Adam, he sends Frank in there to do it. But all of a sudden they see he has a son and he's like, oh, we can't do it now. I mean, he has a son. I would be like, guess what? We killed the son. We pull them both into the house. We shoot the son in front of him, and then we shoot him because I'm like, you killed my. That's what we do. All of a sudden, he's like, oh man, we can't do this. This is wrong. How did you not know he had a son? You didn't investigate this dude this whole time. You went to his house and peed in his toilet. You don't pick up some shit. You be like, oh, he got a son. His wife's death is probably public. It is public record. He could have knew all that shit before he showed up. Stop it, man.
Oh, you know, I take it back. There's something that bothered me even more than the whole Desire crew.
What's up?
Factors. That they got a weak ass dog that literally that
Yes.
weak ass dog. Like, dude, okay, I know they never said that dog's supposed to be a guard dog or whatever, but bruh, you don't get a dog like that just for the dog just kind of look like a stranger just comes in, the dog just like, and then like wags his tail, like, motherfucker. No, that dog need to at least be woofing a little bit. He woofed for that damn washcloth underneath that had a little blood underneath the thing. Yo, how Baxter randomly came in, he looked like he was about to kill the dog too. That's the only thing that saved the damn dog, really, is him being a bitch. You know what I mean? You know, well, even though it's a male dog, so I can't really call him a bitch, but figuratively, you know what I mean? But it's like,
but you know, hey, thank you, Chris. I thought as much. So again, Jimmy's misplaced anger. I'm not saying he don't have the right to be mad. I'm saying the way he's channeling his anger throughout the series.
You were like, take that dog.
He killed a bird He beat up a bathroom. He destroyed a piece of fruit. When I see the dog of the man that killed my son, there will be dog parts all over that house. Forget turning that picture upside down. I would have painted my son's name in that dog's blood and be like, I will be back. Like, that dog would have been dead.
Did Quentin Tarantino already beat up Django, though? Like, you know.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate the whole Django thing. I think they could have came up with a different name. Like, that wasn't okay.
Maybe so
he's not in chains.
No, that's cool though, because there's been Django. Just FYI, I know we're talking about the show, but Django Unchained is based off of the old Western movie called Django. So Django was already Django before.
All right.
Jamie Foxx one. So if you want to be.
But the fact that Jamie Foxx and now Django related to Jamie Foxx, they shouldn't use the name. They should have had a different name. They could have dog old Yeller or some shit. Anyway, the point is dog should have been dead. Okay. So now Jimmy steals the dog. Adam don't ask where the dog's at. He comes home. Hey, Dad, where's the dog? Hey, did you give the dog the medication? Nobody gives a fuck about this dog, huh? Nobody knows the dog is gone.
No.
Adam's gonna somehow Thea drives Adam home. Neither him nor her dad see each other. They don't go, oh, vehicles don't match, nothing. They don't go, wait, is that Dad's car? Oh, is that my daughter's car? Nah. Just conveniently, she's able to slip away.
I think he knew that was that daughter's car. Say that, Stacey.
I thought he saw her car.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that's why he had a convo with her. That's why, like, he was like testing her or whatever, and say, "Oh, I want to see."
You think so?
No, he knew. He knew that was his daughter's car. No,
Betty didn't.
No, he saw her. She didn't see him.
Betty didn't. Betty didn't. I mean, I bet he did because she drove behind him. I'm telling you, he didn't. She sat in his lap like a daughter. Whatever. Anyway, cuddling with her daddy and was like, "Hey, how you doing? How's life? Who's this guy?" I promise you, he didn't see the car. I hope he did, but I bet you he didn't.
Yo,
they would have showed.
They're going the Stars route. And just
yes, they're going the Stars route. If that's what you want to say. I bet you because that would have been the moment. Like you would saw his face and be like, "What the fuck?"
Well, no, I thought that's what it was. I mean, I guess you can argue and say like when they zoomed in on his face, it was like he has a son. No, I thought it was like, what does she do? I thought like when they zoomed in on his face, it was more like, what is she doing here? And that's why literally the next thing you saw with him was when he was talking to her, and like it zoomed on his face. Is like you should bring him for dinner. Like on
so if you were right, I understand where you're going with this. If he would have initiated the conversation about what you've been doing, have you been seeing someone? I can see where you were going with that. When they started the scene, she was already talking about this guy. It's like they were in the middle of the conversation. Either way, when Adam shows up and the dog shows up, he's gonna be like, "Why is my dog here?"
Yeah,
because that dog's coming to that house. And then he didn't even take a picture of the son, so he should be like, as soon as he sees him, what's up?
Django might actually still die though.
I hope so. I don't want the dog. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's not for me. I'm saying if Jimmy's that type of gangster, he needs to do some gangster shit. Like I need so. Because right now, since they want to try to show the racial inequality in this show, black folks got no mercy. No mercy.
Are you trying to say that? I'm
No,
sorry.
I know, right? No, seriously.
Was a light-skinned black male criminal this episode. There you go.
All right.
You got a light-skinned criminal.
All right. He's still a criminal though. But I'm saying, like, for real, black people got no mercy from the Baxters. The fact that he's even willing to go after the judge is something. But I need to see that kind of wrath towards them. You know what I'm saying? And Trevor don't count. But the fact that you want to say
Trevor
that,
don't count?
huh?
Trevor don't count, huh?
No, I'm saying in the sense of so the point that they were like this conspiracy resulted in the death of a black man, which is true. But you blame that on Charlie. That was Charlie's plan that ultimately resulted in Kofi's death. Mike, on the other hand, directly got Trevor killed. And that worked out for everybody. I mean, Trevor was a piece of shit. He didn't want to take care of his dad. He was blackmailing this dude. He would have came back for more money. So not a big loss. You know what I'm saying?
I think the neighbor's next. I think that neighbor who saw him, I think that neighbor's going to be the one that's going to die next. They're going to have her snitch, and then she's going to die.
Only if she actually comes across the street and is like, Mike, there was 2 guys at your house. I finally took a picture because I got nothing else to do all day. So I took a picture and I got the driver's license because I know you're a judge and you do law enforcement. So, like, I mean, maybe you can look into this stuff. Like, I wanted to see that because that neighbor knows everything. Everything. But I don't know. We got to see how this rolls out. I want Eugene to kill one of those Baxters.
Oh, Eugene? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of interesting to see. It would be kind of sweet.
That'd be our Fargo moment.
You at least have Eugene take out Carlo, at least. You know what I mean? Especially if he takes out Carlo, the son.
Yeah.
The other Baxter. It's clear that Fia didn't have much relationship with him, I was like, damn. I was like, that. Well, he seemed. She did kind of. I thought that was kind of weird with the convo saying, "What did you read online about it? They're all lies." Not if everyone is saying it. No, they're not. They're not all lies. If it's like you can't lie on, you going to the Justice Department and it shows like what your father's been charged with, as well as your older brother. Like, like she was like. It's lies. Okay. Clearly, yes, Adam's a different person or whatever. Clearly, he's a weirdo, to your point. If this was any other dude, you don't get far away from her. Like, no, first off, just forget the father and the mother and the brother for a second. She's on some other shit. You know what I mean? I mean, Adam is too, but she's on some other shit. Like, all like making a scene in restaurants and being like a typical 80s Kiefer Sutherland movie star who likes to just break the rules and stick up your middle finger and jump a fence and just say, hey, you know what? No, I'm gonna drive right in the front and I'm gonna make out with you and I'm gonna honk my horn. Yes, I'm totally doing this. I'm like, this is so old school, what you're saying right now. I feel like I'm watching Grease. Like, this is like the whole like black. I'm just feeling like she's just wearing a black leather jacket with a little switchblade knife. Just, you know what I mean? Like, damn. Like, what's like she'll cut you if you ain't careful.
She's smoking
like
her vape.
Yeah, it was just so weird. I just find her character so weird. I'm just thinking like, obviously because Adam is messed up in the head, I guess it's perfect for him. But how can any man go for her, knowing especially how crazy she is, and then knowing who her family is? Like, nah, dude, nah, bruh, nah. I don't, nah.
All right, so what are your thoughts? Is this a love connection or is things gonna go bad?
Like I said, I would like for her to kill Adam. That would be good. She's like, you killed my brother.
So she's part of that life.
Yes.
Also, again, Jimmy don't come home to tell his wife, hey, baby, I found the real person. Hey, son, I found the real person. But now we have to protect him. We got to protect the judge because our son's about to be arrested again, okay, for another murder of a black man. And when that gets out, so now this starts down the thing of Eugene. Once the son gets arrested for killing Kofi, now they're gonna be like, I know Eugene's gonna be like, I know who killed my brother, and that will start that process.
What? A quick question: What was it that Carlo injected Chet Hanks with or whatever as a
It's an all patch.
Yeah, fentanyl patch. Yeah.
Oh, like okay, that's right, because it's kind of testing it out, right? Okay.
Yeah. So he was
Yeah.
walking around high.
Huh? He's the guinea pig.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see how who lives, out of this thing. Hope Adams. Oh yeah.
So many people living, bro. There's gonna be so much. I don't see that many people living at the end of this, with the exception of maybe Thea. Like Thea and maybe Django. Thea and like Django. Thea, like Django's like be walking the streets all by himself because his owners are dead, and then here comes Thea. Thea's like all heartbroken, like because her parents are gone and her brother got strung up by the desires or whatnot, as revenge or whatever. And here comes like Django's like licking her hands, like, you lost, little buddy, and then they walk in the sunset, far off, like at the end of like the watching the old school show, The Hulk or whatever. At the end,
no man. Mike goes for one last run, lets Django go in the projects. Eugene walks up after killing Carlo. He thug now, and then he got a dog, and they walk off into the sunset. Now he got the dog.
And then as they're going out the sunset, all of a sudden you see a black truck kind of easing behind them, and you're like, "Whoa, who is it?" And then it just fades to black. It'll end like The Sopranos, just like random. Like, wait,
the car drives up and it fades to black.
Yeah, matter of fact, that car should not come back until then. That car should not come back until the final episode.
No, Eugene will have his gun, his little red hat, and him and Django will be walking down the road, just walking to like Kansas or some shit.
Yeah, to your point, Eugene needs to live. Like all this would be for nothing if he dies in this.
Yeah,
I know that he's with horrible people right now, whatever. But like, dude, come on, man. He gotta live, bro. He's like, you know what I mean?
Baxter's gotta pay. I mean, that's all.
I like how he said like, Baxter's gotta pay.
That's all he knows, bro. Every time you talk to him, how's your day, man? Baxter gotta pay.
Like no emotion.
Anything else? That's all he says. That's all he says. You want something to eat? Baxter's gotta pay.
For Disney, I was really shocked. I'm really shocked with this, right? Because I think I told you, was it after the second episode, I was like, oh, they got the little homie from Disney Channel. Because most of those kid actors from Disney Channel, he ain't doing much, man. I mean, hell, even Amanda Bynes is a little bit more. No, sorry, Amanda Bynes was Nickelodeon, but still, like, but it was like, I'm a little shocked. I'm like, this is a Disney alum right here. Why doesn't he have better lines? And why isn't he like doing better acting?
He's just staring. He was just staring this episode. Like he said nothing. It wasn't even a post-meeting scene. Like, why Carlo here? Baxter's got to pay. Like something like, hey.
Yeah. No, that's how he feels. Carlo,
say it, man.
Like Carlo's like looking up, and then you just like, this for my brother.
Yeah, right there. He kills him right there at the table. When he's like, we got you. Here's your 200 grand. Go get the drugs. Eugene's like, fuck that. Blop, and his head just hits the table. I would have been like, boss.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Lee's gonna be like, you don't have to do this. You're not one of them. And then he just looks at Carlo, and looks back at Lee like, Baxter's gotta pay. And then just
puts him out. But there you go. Well, we gotta see. I mean, so somebody's gonna kill Carlo. I mean,
question though. Okay. Going back to the detective, I guess, who got abused.
Nancy.
I'm wondering, did she get abused before or after she was a detective? Because it is hard pressed to think her being that bad. Like, why don't she just shoot? Who was it? Her husband or something? I'm sorry, I know that she's a detective. Why don't she just shoot the motherfucker? Like, she knows how to make people disappear. If she, you know what I mean? Like,
this is not fatal, man. This is not fatal. People. I mean, all kinds of people, women and people in strong positions are in abusive relationships, man. I mean, that's.
But at least this powerful woman actually can kill people and actually not, and just sign a little piece of paper and it's good.
Nah, I'm again. We don't. I see your point, but again,
no. But you're actually right. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying she loves taking down bad guys for a living. That's the reason why I say this.
I see your point though, because when she heard that Mike's car got stolen, like she was like, "Fuck that! This is probably related to your wife being killed, and I will stop at nothing to find that piece of shit."
Remember,
I was like, "Calm down, girl, calm down."
Yeah, and even with the fingerprints, she said, "Uh oh," she waved the damn handcuffs or whatever.
Yeah, I was like,
She is jail. She is like ready to put a motherfucker in prison.
Yeah, so I'm like, that's a good. I see your point. It's not consistent.
Yeah, and that's why I was like,
it's
so
not
like,
consistent.
and that's why I'm wondering. Maybe this was before she was like so like maybe that was maybe the catalyst that made her to be like, okay, now like all of these guys need to pay. You know.
So maybe I read the scene wrong when he said you should know better than anyone. Maybe he was saying like as a cop, you've seen this more than I have. Because
I don't know, because I thought the same thing like you. I don't know. Like her face kind of told me that she might have been
experienced it at some time.
If to your point, it was just because she's in that department or whatever, they did not deliver it right. Because like, you know, me and you don't always agree, but we both looked at the same way. I don't know about you, Stacey, but we both like looked at that and was like, oh, she was abused. But
yeah,
me,
I was like,
wow. I was like,
shit.
But she's so like bad, like she's so ready to put a motherfucker in prison. Like, why don't she just be like, look, dude, like I'm tired of you. Like you hit me once, like, and then like put him in cuffs or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know.
It's not that easy. What are your thoughts? What you thought for the situation? How did you interpret it, the discussion?
I didn't take it as her being abused. I just thought that maybe she has a soft spot for abused women or something like that. So when she got out to go to the bathroom, and she just purposely left the computer there for him to. Yeah. That was on purpose, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. But she didn't want to legally try to, you know, give someone permission to look at her computer just in case of, I don't know, maybe she had to take a polygraph or whatever. She's like, I am using the bathroom, and I'm just going to just leave it here because my computer unlocked. You know,
that's so classic. That is such a classic move. I'm gonna leave the file here, and I'm going to the bathroom for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'll be back. Here's the keys to the file. Anyway, the laptop was too much. I just felt like for her to be like, could you happen to be able to look up people? No problem. I walk around with the cop laptop.
How about the fact that we're eating and you just randomly bring your laptop with you?
That's what I'm like. What are we doing, man?
Have a page. You know,
I carry a laptop with me. Well,
yeah, but you ain't got the criminal database at your fingers. That's too much.
I was about to say she didn't even really. I guess
it was too much, bro. You watch the first 48. They got to go back home. They go back home. They get the thing. Yeah. They're like, I'm looking for red, and they type in red, and the name pops up.
So Stacey, I think what you're saying is, yes, you would bring like your personal laptop, right? You're not going to take your work laptop with you, though.
Well, my personal laptop is my work laptop, but I don't know.
Well, no, okay. I guess I'm assuming because of the stuff that she's able to do, most likely she cannot just do that on her regular computer. That's too sensitive material. Like some of it probably.
Like when cops drive around the car and they have that laptop right there. Like,
yeah, that's a good point. But that's in the car. Even to your point, that's
can
in
they
the
take it out and
car.
carry it with them?
I've never seen that happen. I used to see them in the car.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they turn it into for inventory in the precinct, maybe. I don't know. You know, that's
if they're living in the car, somebody might steal it or something. I don't know.
You want? All right, go ahead. You go steal from a cop car. Go ahead. Let's see how that works.
People steal cop cars.
Yeah.
Stop playing.
Well, we're getting off track. But anyway, it's plot convenience. I mean, they wanted to show once again that Mike knows how to manipulate the system and people at will, without any backstory to his experience. And he got the information. He did a whole day. When has he been to work lately? Shit. Like, how many days has he taken off that he's been running around investigating people? I mean,
how many days are we looking at here?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, it's not a very good way of telling how much time has passed. I'm sure somebody's gonna be noticing that this judge has not been at work for days. Like, where's this mother-in-law who's always up his ass? Like, why is she not like, hey, will you taking care of Adam? She should have been there for the school interview. Now, let's get back to Adam needs some attention. Where's his lover teacher? I mean, why hasn't she been like, hey, baby, what's wrong? I'm sorry. Let me hold you. Where are the forensic photos that he took of himself and the crime scene that Fia's hopefully going to find at some point? Why didn't Jimmy find those pictures when he went through all their shit? It's just so many things that should have happened. Like the logic. Like, those photos need to come back to get him killed. That's what I'm saying.
Or arrested.
Oh, and as much as he wants to confess, he and Fia get together. They start loving each other. They start smelling each other's dead people's shirts. And he's like, let me show you something. look at these photos. And she's like, what happened? I had a car accident. I'm sorry, baby. It was me. And then she just chokes him out and kills him out there in Wonderland.
No, but that's not even the thing that would do him in. It's like he's like, oh my God, really? And then she'll get to the photo where it's like the teacher's like, I told you not to lie to me. Who's she? And that's going to be that kill.
Dude,
that's going to be the thing.
That right there, you walk away. When your potential partner looks at you and said with the seriousness in her eyes, like,
don't you ever lie
to me? I was like, I'm out.
I was about to say, like, to your point, you didn't even know his last name, right? He said, what'd you read online? He said, and he didn't even answer. He's like, don't lie. And then he said, don't you ever lie to me.
Hey,
lie.
Holly.
Hallelujah.
Remember? She was like, I don't care what you do, better not lie to me, though. I mean, that didn't work out for her, but she still said it.
I was about to say, she talking to a gangster when she said that. That's why I thought that was hilarious when Holly said that.
Yeah, I was like, that's not.
It's a little different. He is the daughter of gangsters or whatever, you know what I mean? Is the daughter and the sister of a gangster. So it's a little, it's when she says it hits different, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, granted, even though she is kind of more 80s with, like I said, blacks, you know.
He was dancing to the 80s. There's a whole 80s thing going on here. Remember when he was like dancing to the fucking photos and shit? I mean, it's a whole 80s vibe going on here.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just saying, Adam ain't long for this world. Like he will not make it out the series. Like somebody's gonna kill this kid. Like, and it will be well deserved. I mean, I just need to know who's gonna do it. I want to, when he dies, as he's dying, I want him to see the black SUV pull up. His mom opens the door. His spirit gets in the car, and then they drive away. Okay, that's too much. But what I'm saying is the SUV does not exist. No, that's the whole point of that story. Like,
no, I'm gonna tell you, no, actually, he might die. Like, he might have a little bit of an attack or whatever. And he's like, wait, where's my inhaler? Oh wait, there's a spare in the bathroom. Oh no, where did it go? And then he dies like that. You know, while Django is just wagging his tail because he's a weak ass dog. Like he's just like. He's just cool with it. No, anyway,
he's cool
with everything. He's cool, you know.
We'll see what happens next. We'll see what happens next week, man. We just got to see how this whole thing wraps up. Again, the leaps of logic in this show is absolutely fucking amazing. Michael, he's Heisenberg, man. Once he puts on the sweatsuit and the hat, he Heisenberg. Like, no one knows who he is. He's out there committing crimes and shit. He Batman.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how he tries to handle the whole Carlo case. Oh, Lee's gonna go. No, Lee's a prop. Lee.
That's why I said no. She can't. That's what I said.
Lee does defense. So
yeah.
So okay, so she is not like Michael would see Lee in her court when it comes to Carlo, unless
But it's gonna be a side thing. She's gonna be like, why are you not helping prosecute this case? Why are you acting like this? Because she knows how he is as a judge. So she's gonna be like, why are you not doing this? Why are you not saying this? And she's gonna notice something. She's gonna know he's throwing the case. He doesn't. Whoa. He's been doing that the entire series. He is the defense attorney. Every plaintiff that comes to him, he's like, every defendant that comes to him, he's like, you didn't do this shit. Now, all of them were black though. So he may be like, I only do that for black folks. Like white people, I just assume that you're guilty and I'm gonna put you away. But if he's any kind of consistent, every defendant that's he's like, so what's your story? Yeah. So you didn't really do this, right? I mean, you were not there. I mean, the evidence shows that, right? He's like, yeah, the evidence shows that. Well, then you're free to go. Thank you. So that actually will be consistent.
Yeah, he looks out for. Well, I was about to say for the majority of the brothers out there, he ain't do shit for coffee at the end. But like even to the homies in the elevator, you know, he's like, say, hey, it was a weed. It's like, wait, who's the judge? It's like so and so's wife died or something. So bring up this cancer or something. Like, you're like, damn, okay.
Well, that's not true, man. He got Lee. I mean, he did. I mean, he went out. I mean, he had to, sell himself for it. But he got Lee to be like, you want to help. I mean, he had to sleep with her, but you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he opened up Pandora's box with that. But you're right.
So I'm saying, so he I'm just saying, if he throws the case, it will be consistent for what we've seen of him. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But anyway, it won't work. And why didn't Jimmy recognize him? There you go. Why didn't Jimmy recognize him from the courtroom the first time?
Courtroom?
When Kofi was first arrested and he brought in the court and they stripped him down and everything, remember Baxter's were there. And then Mike tried to leave. And then Kofi's mom ran out to be like, sir, can you help me? Could you help me? And he was in the hall. He's like, I can't help you. And Jimmy they looked at him. They turned around.
Yeah.
And
but like
what the?
Yeah, at that point, he probably saw some random. I don't know. I don't. I mean, are you going? Is your memory going to be that sharp that you're just going to remember?
If you
every
feel this is the
craziness
man that killed your son, you will think about it. I'm gonna say if
No,
he
but the
brings
thing is,
it up
though, at
again,
that
if he
time,
brings it up again, that makes sense. That's all
I
I'm
don't.
saying.
Nah, I don't. I'm okay with him because that's the thing. Like for one, that little incident that happened in the courtroom. I mean, in the back of my mind, that had like, who the hell's that dude? Like, you know what I mean? Just some random dude and just screaming at a woman, right?
The wife might notice. Once he tells the wife might notice. Somebody's gonna know.
Yeah.
I think the wife might notice, but I think that, and then we might get a scene where one of them remembered seeing him at the police station that night. That would be a stretch, but possible. Because remember, he saw him, he was like, "Oh shit!" And somehow he figured out. There's a lot of Houston logic in this show.
Yeah, that. I mean, but the thing is, at that point, kind of rehatching that stuff will be kind of pointless. Now that he kind of said, "Hey, I can get your son off," so at that point, you're kind of. I mean, he never really said out loud, really that yes, like but it's assumed that Baxter knows that Michael was involved. You know what I mean with the son being dead.
Oh, so, he definitely knows that, but he feels like he did it. I mean, he was about to shoot. He think he did it. He don't know Adam was involved.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, but then if you kind of go, they try to do a callback to that whole precinct you saw in the beginning. I think that would be kind of pointless. Just like the scream to your point about them screaming in the courtroom. That'd be kind of pointless because it would still result to the same conclusion.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? I got you. I'm just saying it would be kind of unnecessary. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but
we'll see, man.
Yeah. So, like I said, I'm just kind of interested to see what's going to go on with Carlo about to get off while everyone else is like, no, like, so yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Meanwhile, like, Papa Baxter's in the back, like just looking at Michael on the stand, like, and then like he has another bird in his hand. He's like hitting a bird, like, yeah.
Hey. Yeah. He brings or
he brings a picture of Django.
That's what I'm saying.
He brings a picture of Django.
Like, he gives Mike another burner phone, and he just sends him text messages like, "If my son don't get off, I'm killing your son and your dog. Your dog first though, because I have a thing with animals, and then I'm gonna kill your son. And then once he feels like Adam is doing his daughter, he's gonna be like, I'm gonna kill him anyway. I gotta go.
He's gonna leave a voicemail message and be like." Says, hey, Your Honor, just want to see how the case is going, and then in the background you hear a woof woof, and he's like, I know that sound, I know that voice, Django, that's Django, like so something is going to be.
We'll see, man. Stacey, what thoughts? Any final thoughts? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm trying to see what's going to happen with Eugene. See how he comes out of it alive. Maybe everybody will die and he'll be like the heir to the desire.
Yeah, actually, that if they do it right, and that actually would not be bad. I would actually be okay with that ending.
Big Lil Mo dies.
Oh hell yeah!
And then he takes Lil Mo's place, and like Big Mo is like, you know what? I can raise you up in the game since she feels responsible for him. That would be that.
Teach me the game, Big Mo.
Yeah. No, that's not how you say it. He'd be like, teach me the game.
Why? The bastard gotta die. Anyway.
They gotta pay.
They gotta pay.
Everything he says is so sharp and to the point.
All right, guys. That's the video. Thank you guys very much. If you're still watching this video, thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. You can like on the video. You can comment on the video. You can share the video. Let us know why you watch Your Honor, why you watch us talking about Your Honor, how you think this thing is going to end. Do you think this is the spinoff to Breaking Bad? This is basically just Walter White reincarnated. How's Mike so good at all this lying? We don't know. We'll find out. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week for episode 7. Have a good week.